All right, what's up, Wheelers? I tried to turn on sport mode in the Bronco you see behind me. I always wanted that sport mode. It doesn't come with it, but I got a copy of ForScan and I was playing around with it. What happened was I ended up with 3 GO.A.T modes instead of 8. So went from 7 trying to go to 8, ended up with 3. And as you can see, it was normal, eco, and slippery. And it took me a while. I got super frustrated. And there'll be a longer video about how I did all this with ForScan and the mistakes I made and the things I tried to do to resolve the issue. But what it really boiled down to, once I thought about it, was the only modes I had were modes that were related to being able to have traction control on. So any of the other modes, when you go into them, the system turns traction control off for you. And I was like, well, okay, that's weird, but that's something. And what could cause that? And I made that video on MyKey, right? And I remember when we were going through there was an option to turn traction control on or off as an override, so that when you gave that key to a young kid or a learning driver or a valet or whatever, a lot of those modes would be disabled. I did not, however, enable that. I didn't turn any of the things on with MyKey that you could do that would override in any way, shape, or form. But somehow it ended up glitching out during the process of me monkeying around with the system and locked me completely out. And I tested this theory by shutting the vehicle off. I went in and got the other key that was not involved in MyKey, started it up, and lo and behold, I had all of these GO.A.T modes, including the beautiful sport mode that you see here. So I love the Scorched Earth. It's really cool. Thing drives amazing. I drive it in that now more than anything. You do only have 8 gears, so when you get on the highway, you're going to want to drop it back down into normal, or you're just going to be running hard. But I also turn off 4-wheel auto and put it in 2-wheel drive when I do that. But that's a whole nother video. I'm getting completely sidetracked. Sorry. So I started it up under the key. As you can see, we got all of our GO.A.T modes back. Tried to disable the MyKey with the original broken key, and I couldn't. Was completely locked out. So I did. I restarted it again after I tested my theory. MyKey, key, no GO.A.T modes that I love. Normal key, one had everything. So I used that key to start the vehicle. Went into MyKey like this, was able to delete all the MyKeys, take them out of the system, shut the vehicle off, restarted it with the original key that I had played around with, put in MyKey, and I had all my GO.A.T modes back. I don't know how it glitched out, but if you find yourself in a situation where you only have those GO.A.T modes, which are normal, eco, and slippery, those GO.A.T modes do not require traction control to be turned off, and it's probably related to your MyKey, and it may not be your fault. It may have just glitched out. So get your master key, un-MyKey that key, and you should be good to go. Now the unknown to me is what happens if you have your both keys in MyKey. I don't know if you can get completely locked out. I don't know if you can override the other key with one key. I haven't played around with that, experimented in it. Quite honestly, I'm not that interested at this point. But I am going to go ahead and not use MyKey for now, because I'm still messing around with this thing in ForScan. As you'll see with the longer video, I had a good time, but I did get pretty frustrated. So if you're missing your GO.A.Ts, check your MyKey. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. You know the drill. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.